Why do you think it is that women can be very funny, but not as stand-ups? When did you stop beating your wife?
I actually don't think that's true.
You don't name one funny female stand-up comic.
Well, first of all, let me just say, you mentioned this before.
Name one funny.
Yeah, I think Taylor Tomlinson is funny.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, well, there you go. But I think I hate sexual humor, like vulgar humor. I don't think it's funny, and I find it like in my gut. I'm like, ugh, I hate this, and I hate
too.
the fact.
Why do you hate it? Do you think it's
female comedians very often have
that's right.
vulgar sexual humor?
Let me tell you my thought on the subject, and then I'm happy to be corrected. I'll listen to this lady. Maybe she's brilliant. I'm not trying to not find females. It's not like this is a doctrine I have to submit to. I'm okay finding a woman who's hilarious. So here's a couple of women who I find are hilarious in TV. That Sheila from Parks and Rec. What's her name? The main one, you know?
Don't know.
Okay, well, she is outrageously hilarious.
Yes.
Lucille Ball is also really, really funny.
Amy Poehler.
Yeah, she's terrific, you know?
Yes.
Like, women are hilarious. Laura Horn, Trent Horn's wife, probably the funniest woman I've ever met in my life. Like, one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. My wife is uncommonly hilarious, especially in the morning when she doesn't have her wits about her. She just starts saying these really witty, hilarious things. But I think that the reason I think that men are funnier than women in stand-up, and perhaps generally speaking, are better presenters, like solo presenters. There are obviously excellent presenters. I'm thinking of Sister Miriam James, Heidland, and others. I think it's the authority thing. I think men have an authority that women don't when they speak. So that when I find that women are on stage, they either, and this is not always the case, but with female comics especially, they come off like really hard and dirty, or they're sheepish, and that doesn't make it either. So I feel like they've got to kind of assert themselves in an aggressive way to try to meet the level of authority that men naturally have from stage. And that's why I think a lot of women get real dirty real quick.
So you think women are funny in real life?
Yep.
You think women are funny
not as funny as men.
You think women are funny in playing characters?
They can be, but usually but still not as funny as men.
And in your life, you would say zero. You've never seen a female stand-up comic that you thought was funny.
That's correct.
Okay.
But I'm happy to be proven wrong, and I'd love to check that woman out, because I'd love to stop saying that. I'm not trying to be a jerk, you understand? No, I'm just saying what appears to me to be the case.
Yeah, and she gets dirty, so I would just
does she?
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
And that drives me crazy. But she's clearly witty, and she makes cultural references that sometimes I'm like, how did you pull that out?
But if you surveyed 1,000 people and said, who's your favorite comic? 99% would say men, and that's not just because the majority of men are stand-up comics. I mean, it might be, but there's a reason 99% of men are stand-up comics, and that's they're funnier than women naturally, I think.
Yeah, I've never thought about that. Yeah, I mean, I think the narrative around comedy is that it's really hard to be a woman in comedy. That's what comedians say,
yeah.
But I've never been in that scene.
Can you think of a very funny woman? I'm not trying to put anyone on the spot. I'm not trying. I know it sounds like I'm just being a huge jerk at this point.
No, not off the top of my head.
But it's important to say what seems to be the case, isn't it? I'm trying to find that balance in life. Somebody wrote to me the other day over a text message, and they said, "Hey, my friend moved to Uganda. He's helping the orphans and the poor. He's established these wells. He'll be in Steubenville. Could he be on your show? He'd love to promote your thing." And I went, "I don't want to interview him." And that's how I said it. Like, I'm not interested.
Yes.
Because I wasn't interested.
Yes.
And I'm not great at threading the needle of, thank you so much. At this point, I feel like there's a lot going on. So maybe but that's not true. Like, I'm not interested in having that conversation. If I knew the guy and he was a really good conversationalist, I'd be happy to talk about that.
Yes. I'm glad you like that. I actually really appreciate it. I know I've told you this before.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below letting us know what you thought about the video.